Alright everyone, and welcome back to some more Vettel career on F1 2015. Today is round 6 of the season, the Monaco Grand Prix, the most prestigious event on the F1 calendar. And coming in off the back of Ferrari and Vettel's first win of the season at the Spanish Grand Prix. And it was good to see, really, I think not just for Ferrari but also for the sport in general, really, because Mercedes have won the first 4 races of the season. Starting to look like they may dominate like they did in 2014, but yeah, Ferrari outplayed them in Spain, managed to outdo them in the strategy and show good pace. Obviously they've had the last 2 pole positions, and it's given some hope, I think, to maybe some of the neutrals that we may have a battle for the championship this season between more than one team. So we're heading into the Monaco Grand Prix then with a lot of interest now, and obviously, with it being such a tight circuit, being on pole position here is going to be crucial. And of course Ferrari have taken the last 2 pole positions, so people are going to be looking to see if they can do that again. So yeah, without further ado, let's have a look at what happened in qualifying. So yeah, qualifying started off nice and sunny in Monaco, and it was this is actually the first time that we actually get to the 3-stage knockout. So going to look forward to that one then. And first session, as you'd expect, Vettel through quite comfortably on the prime tyres, and straight to Q2 then, where he actually was fastest in that session. So that continued to sort of build up the hype, I guess, for maybe a Ferrari pole position here. And then in Q3 the rain came down, and Sonny threw a bit of a spanner in the works, and they went out on intermediate tyres to start off with, but as the session went on, like only within the first few minutes, the rain started to come down a lot more, and by the time people were starting their first flying laps, they were already changing their mind and saying it's not worth it, I've got to come in for wet tyres. The only person who stayed out there was Vettel, and he did set an initial lap time which did obviously did stand for most of the session, but cars went out on wet tyres, and they were more suited to their conditions than obviously Vettel's Inters were when he actually set the time. And it was actually Kimi Raikkonen who managed to get the provisional pole position, and Vettel did go out on the wet tyres eventually and was looking to improve, but then on his lap he locked up big time into Nouvelle and had a pretty hefty crash with the barriers, and that ruined, just pretty much ended his session from there really. He couldn't improve after that. And it was looking close actually between Raikkonen and Ricciardo at one point, but Raikkonen actually got pole position then, and it was actually Hamilton who took 2nd place eventually. Vettel only 5th then in the end after that crash. And here is the 4 results then, and Kimi Raikkonen took pole then from championship leader Lewis Hamilton. So here's the 3rd Ferrari pole position in a row then. So people are saying maybe Ferrari can get pole. I think it was not the Ferrari they're expecting, but Kimi Raikkonen's put in the work and got himself pole position then. As I say, Lewis Hamilton 2nd. For some reason Nico Rosberg couldn't go out in Q3, and he starts from 10th, so the worst possible time for him to have problems then in qualifying. And yet again, just no luck this season. He had the win in Bahrain, but other than that it's just been a disastrous season for him. And he's going to have to start from 10th then. Vettel will be disappointed with 5th. Lotus actually had a very good day then, with both cars in the top 10. It's only really been Grosjean who's been performing this season, but Maldonado's had a good weekend here. As of Force India, they've brought some upgrades, and Nico Hülkenberg is up in 6th place. So it is going to be an interesting race then, and we shall certainly be looking forward to it tomorrow.
It's race day here in Monaco, and a circuit that requires real driver skill as well as concentration. Last night the Monte Carlo streets were full of revellers. Today they're cleared and ready for racing. Kimi Raikkonen is on a bit of a charge, and starting from pole position is about as good as it gets before the lights go out to start today's race.
He was driving on another level yesterday, so it wouldn't be a surprise if he just pulls away from the field and is untouchable. But as we know, anything can happen in Formula 1, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Just what do you think will be going through Fernando Alonso's head as he watches now how well Ferrari are doing this year?
Fernando left Ferrari as he didn't believe they'd be able to offer him the opportunity to win that 3rd world title. If he knew this form was around the corner, I dare say he would have stayed put.
So we're here on the grid then, and obviously Vettel starting from 5th place. The strategy is going to be a one-stop tyre wear, not too bad here with the super soft and the soft tyres available for the teams. And yeah, we're just getting ready for the start now then, and the lights are coming on. And away they go then in Monaco, and once again Ferrari car's not getting the best of starts then, as Hulkenberg is getting alongside Vettel here into turn 1, but Vettel maintains the inside line. But up in front, Hamilton has taken the lead from Raikkonen, and yeah, he's into the lead then as they head through the uphill section. And for the first time, Vettel then has maintained his place and he's still in 5th place. But yeah, Raikkonen, his teammate, has lost the lead, having started from pole position. That could be crucial at a track like Monaco, where overtaking is very difficult here. And yeah, with the speed in that Mercedes, you would fear that Hamilton will probably start pulling away now. And yeah, with Rosberg nowhere to be seen, obviously having started down in 10th, it's obviously going to be quite difficult for anyone to take the fight to him. It's looking like, as we see a replay of the start then, Hamilton just got it all hugged up nicely, went around the outside of Raikkonen in turn 1, as we saw it was all nice and clean behind as well actually, and Hamilton just did the perfect launch. A lot of bravery there to go around the outside in turn 1, even threw his hand up at Raikkonen, which is a bit odd to do. And yeah, you just see Raikkonen not getting the good start at all there. And again, we're just seeing that the Mercedes powered cars are just so much quicker off the line than the Ferrari powered ones. We saw it in Spain, we saw it in Bahrain, I mean we've seen it pretty much everywhere so far. But yeah, we skipped to lap 3 then, and Vettel starting to get stuck behind Ricciardo here. He's losing quite a bit of time. He had a little bit of a look at him there into Mirabeau, but just not close enough. And yeah, it's such a difficult track to pass, of course, infamously difficult here to pass. And yeah, Vettel really needs to get past this Red Bull if he's going to have a chance of getting on the podium today. And he's got a very good chance here into Mirabeau. He's up the inside. Ricciardo has to give him space, but he's hanging on around the outside. And yeah, he's going to slam the door then as they go into the Lowe's hairpin. And yeah, he maintains the place for now. And this is starting to get quite frustrating then for Vettel, because he knows he can be a lot quicker than this. And he really needs to get going, because Raikkonen and Bottas are pulling away, and so is Hamilton at the front. As we head round Massenet now then, look at the grip Vettel's found on the outside. Now he's got the inside line for Casino Square, and he threw into 4th place. A lovely move from him there, and through he goes past the Red Bull. And yeah, we're going to see a replay of it now then. He just found so much more grip on the outside there. Never really see overtakes happen there. And yeah, obviously he managed to get the inside line then for Casino Square. And yeah, we see the onboard then from Ricciardo, and suddenly Ferrari out of nowhere on the outside. And yeah, just came the inside to the next corner, and yeah, Ricciardo couldn't turn in on him. So yeah, we then skip all the way to lap 10, because that's how long it took for Vettel to get right into the back of these two. And yeah, we're heading to turn 1 now then. You can see Raikkonen, he started on pole position here, but he lost the lead at the start, and now he doesn't even really seem to have the pace over Valtteri Bottas and in the Williams, which is a bit unusual. But yeah, Hamilton just pulling away at the front then. He's already got about 6 or 7 seconds here of a gap, as Vettel gets a good run there out of Casino Square. He's going to dive inside of Bottas into Mirabeau, and he's got the place, and he's up into 3rd place. Quite aggressive from him, but he's through, and now he's got Kimi just in front of him. The two Ferraris, are they going to do battle at Monaco? Going to be pretty risky for them to do so, but Vettel looking very quick here, and he wants to go after Hamilton if he can. And yeah, obviously he wants to show who's number 1 at Ferrari here. He's got a great run on Kimi Raikkonen. That's a very aggressive move into Mirabeau, and somehow they've managed to both get through it without any contact there. That was so close there into Mirabeau, and we see a replay of it now just to see how close that was. And yet that was very, very aggressive there from Vettel, and I'm sure they would have been holding their breath down at Ferrari there. And let's see the onboard from Raikkonen. Thankfully, yeah, the reaction's good enough there to avoid having a crash with the wall, and obviously his teammate there, they could have both so easily been in the wall there. But yeah, once Vettel got into some clean air, he caught Hamilton very quickly. By the time it got to their pit-in lap, he had closed the gap down to 1.7 seconds, and yeah, he was really starting to put the pressure on Hamilton towards the end of that stint. They both pit on the same lap then to go over to the well, the prime tyres and the yellow marked soft tyres at this track. And yep, they both get a pretty even stop there, I think. And yeah, obviously Raikkonen and Bottas are going to stay out for another lap then, so yeah, they'll be pitting next time round. And yeah, Vettel's going to be joined then just behind Hamilton here. It's looking like for the last 20 laps of this race, it's going to be a very interesting battle here between the two of them. Can Vettel make the pass on track against Hamilton? He's certainly done it to Bottas and Raikkonen, but I think the Mercedes is going to be a bit more of a challenge here. But he's continuing to put the pressure on. He's only 0.3 of a second behind here. And I mean, we saw Ferrari out-strategize Mercedes in Spain. They show good pace. And is this the start of maybe some kind of challenge for the championship here? As we see Vettel putting the pressure on Hamilton, and they've got traffic in front of them as well. This is going to make things even more difficult for Hamilton here as they head around the Lowe's hairpin. Obviously all single file through here, but this is just allowing Vettel to get right on the back of Lewis Hamilton as they head through his twisty section now into the tunnel. Maybe he can sneak up the inside into the Nouvelle chicane, who knows. Ericsson looks like he's going to try and get out of the way here in the tunnel, but he actually blocks Hamilton a little bit there. That gives Vettel a great run here, and they go side by side. Vettel on the outside towards the Nouvelle chicane, and there's going to be contact, I think, but Vettel hops over the curb and he's taken the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. And yeah, Hamilton down to second then. He will not be happy with Marcus Ericsson there, and you see Vettel chopping across to Sauber there to get the run. And yep, Hamilton touched the wall, and he also touched Vettel there as they went side by side in the Nouvelle chicane, so narrow into that corner. And you usually see passes in the braking zone, not in the middle of the corner. But yeah, you can see he gets compromised so much there, and then suddenly a Ferrari appears on his right hand side. He tries to cover, but yeah, there's nothing really either of them did wrong there. It's just so narrow going side by side through that corner. We see the onboard then from Marcus Ericsson, and yet he goes to move over, and then he just doesn't slow down to let them through, and obviously compromises Hamilton's line. And then, like a cork out of a bottle, you see the Ferrari just chop across there. Thankfully there was no contact, and yeah, through goes Vettel into the lead. He saw his opportunity and he took it as we get to lap 24 then. Going into the Nouvelle chicane once again, and Vettel's tagged the barrier. He's gone for a 360 spin there, and he's luckily seems to have got with it without any damage and without losing much time. But he's lost the position against Hamilton, so all that good work to catch him and get the place has gone. And there we see the spin, and he's well lucky to get away with that one then, considering. But yeah, he's gonna have to try and pick his moment again then. So lapping more traffic here then. Felipe Nasr this time into Lowe's hairpin, and Nasr's hit him. They're into the wall, and is this race over for Vettel? He's managed to keep it going, has he? He's struggling to get the car out the wall. It doesn't look like there's any damage to the car, but he's lost so much time now to Hamilton. Here's our chance of the win gone there with that collision with a back marker of all people. And we see the replay now then. Nasr hit the wall and then just went into the back of Vettel as they went into the Lowe's hairpin, and that is massively frustrating for Vettel there. Nothing he could have done. And Nasr, only his 6th race in Formula 1, his first time at Monaco. Yeah, didn't really cover himself in much glory there, as yeah, there's going to be words said about that move, I'm sure, but yeah, it certainly hasn't helped Vettel here today. And we skip to lap 33 then, where he certainly managed to put the pressure back on, showing some fantastic pace. Got the gap down to 4 seconds with about 5.5 laps to go here, maybe actually a little bit more than that, about 6.5 actually. And yeah, heading now towards port. Yeah, yellow flag up ahead. Hamilton going slowly, and Daniel Ricciardo going even slower in front of him, a lap down and in last place. And now suddenly Vettel right on the back of Hamilton once again. He had to slow down for the yellow flags, but no, he can't make the move into the Nouvelle chicane, just didn't have the run on him. But he's had a great run out of the corner, and towards the back maybe he's going to have the racing line here. But Hamilton's got the inside line and he manages to defend it. But yet Hamilton lost about 4 seconds there just in that one corner. You see what happened to Ricciardo then, lapping a Manor it looks like, and he's hit the wall. Obviously got into the back of the Manor and lost his front wing and ended up with a puncture from it. Then he's tried to go into the pits, and looks like Hülkenberg has actually spun him and stopped him from getting into the pit lane. So yeah, he's had to go around again at some point and lost loads of time, and then just completely held up Hamilton as he went through Portier. And Vettel saw the opportunity there as actually Raikkonen gets a puncture just after that from hitting Ricciardo. So it's all kicked off here after Ricciardo had that incident with the Manor driver. But yeah, we've got Vettel over Hamilton now then. Once again, he's going to dive off his inside into Mirabeau, and for the 3rd time in this race he's made the move stick into that corner. And yeah, he's run into the lead, and surely if he doesn't make any mistakes now, he is looking good to win this race from 5th place on the grid, and that would be some achievement. As we see a replay once again, and Hamilton really didn't seem to have much to answer there. And yeah, Vettel on the final lap then, he's got a gap of nearly 2 seconds now, and he's looking comfortable here to take the win, his 2nd in a row. And yeah, only a few corners to go now, and yeah, we'll see him coming round the final few corners now. It's been a roller coaster race from him from 5th on the grid, but Vettel's going to cross the line to win the Monaco Grand Prix.
That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
We saw him win this race back in the 06 career. He also won it in 2011, and yeah, he's won it today in a Ferrari for the first time, and it's his second in a row with the team. And yeah, this has turned into a very strong first season with the Scuderia, and maybe could it be a championship winning season? It's starting to look that way now. Ferrari looking stronger race by race, and yeah, we see the final results. Sebastian Vettel takes the win by 3 seconds in the end from Lewis Hamilton. Valtteri Bottas about a pit stop behind in 3rd. Kimi Räikkönen with that puncture sadly missed out on a podium today, having started on pole position and he only finishes 4th in the end. Nico Rosberg, damage limitation, good drive from him today, from 10th on the grid to finish 5th, just ahead of Felipe Massa in the end. Pastor Maldonado, a very strong weekend from him in 7th. Nico Hülkenberg only 8th today, but Force India looking a bit improved, has to be said. Danny Kvyat and Fernando Alonso are the final 2-point scorers. Then we've got Carlos Sainz, Jenson Button moves up, and yeah, Sergio Perez and Romain Grosjean didn't have great races then. Marcus Ericsson finished 15th in the end, then after holding up Hamilton earlier on in the race. Max Verstappen didn't have a great race. Felipe Nasser got a 5-second penalty for that incident with Vettel, and I think Roberto Meri got 5 seconds. He actually got for blue flags, not for the crash with Ricciardo, it seems. So yeah, penalties for those two. And yeah, down at the bottom we saw, I think it was Will Stevens in the manor, and I can't actually remember who else we saw down there in the order. I think all 20 cars made it to the finish though, and yep, there is the final results then once again, and we now see the driver standings. It's only 16 points now the gap. Vettel really clawing it back now on Lewis Hamilton, and yeah, it's looking like this is going to be a very intriguing battle here for the Drivers' Championship. Raikkonen 37 back in 3rd. Rosberg actually managed to gain a place over Massa today then and try and claw something back in this championship. It's already looking like it's going to be not his season, though, it has to be said. I was looking further down, quite a lot of it actually stays the same today, with yeah, not really many movers in the top half of the field, just a few gaps closing and some opening, I guess, as Hülkenberg actually gets some good points today then to move himself up to 14th. Maldonado actually doing very well to get to 13th. And in the constructors, Ferrari have passed Mercedes then, with all the misfortunes that Rosberg's had, and with those 2 wins in the last 2 races, Ferrari now lead the Constructors' Championship. So it looks like we're going to have a very exciting battle here for both championships. Can Ferrari and Vettel win them both? We will have to find out next time, well, in the rest of this series, but find out what happens next time then, when I upload the next episode, which should be quite soon. It's going to be the Canadian Grand Prix, should be a very interesting race. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this one, so if you did, a like would be very much appreciated, as would any comments with any feedback or any thoughts on today's episode. You can also check in the description below for links for my Twitter and Twitch, and also make sure to subscribe as well if you're not already and you're enjoying this series and any of my other videos. And yep, that is it then for today. Once again, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.